Hi everyone. Welcome back to Spam Knits. I am Spam or Sam, and I am coming to you from San Francisco, California. And this is just a little moment on the internet where I talk about what I'm sipping, perusing, adorned with, and making. I love watching this kind of content, and I find it to be just such a beautiful, calming moment of connection with other makers, other readers, other like-minded individuals. And so, yeah, this is my contribution. So yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. And with that, let's get into it. I have so much to share. I hope this will not be too long. But yeah, without further ado, I am sipping, oh my gosh, I have a special sipping, out of one of my favorite cups. This is a vintage Libby glass. I got it at a thrift store a really long time ago. I'm having local apple cider. Fresh pressed apple cider from the farmer's market. It's so good. It's been really kind of wintry here in San Francisco. It's been raining for so many days, which I think has contributed to all of my making. But yeah, so it feels nice to have something like cozy. Part of me wonders if I should like warm it up, but anyway, sipping some apple cider. Perusing. Okay. I did not record last week because I honestly hadn't made that much progress. I was kind of working on the same projects, and it was the long weekend, and so I just sort of like took a break. Sometimes I think that's helpful for me. I sort of wonder if like 3 videos a month is a really good cadence for me. So yeah, that's kind of off topic, but I've been watching Rosary Apparel's Slow Living Diaries. Janelle from Rosary Apparel, I love her. And she has been posting 3 times a month instead of every week. And I do think that's really nice. I think, yeah, it just depends on how much I get done in a week, really. But anyway, I'm still reading the same book as I was last week, which is The Strength of the Few, The Strength of the Few, which is Hierarchy Book 2 from James Islington, or Islington, not totally sure. This is, like I said, the second book in the Hierarchy series. The first is The Will of the Many, which was one of my favorite books I read last year. I gave it 5 stars. I talked about this in my last episode, but I'm sort of wondering if I should have read like a recap of The Will of the Many, because it's been a while since I read it, and I'm having a hard time remembering like relationships he had with people. And the last half of that book is so like go, 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 and jam-packed with all this stuff happening. And I remember that, but I don't totally remember everything that happened. And I'm having a hard time like getting my head around this book. And I am not always a super like high fantasy, high science fiction reader. Love my romantasy, but I don't always remember everything from a world building. And there's so much beautiful world building in these stories, and specifically in the second book. And so I am sort of like having trouble getting into it, but I think I'm close. I am, how far into this book am I? I'm 220 pages in and 31% according to my e-reader. So I'm like a third of the way through, and I am starting to be like, oh yeah, okay. But I'm still not totally remembering what happened in the last book, so I don't know. At this point, like, I'm not gonna go back and reread just to restart this book, but I am regretting a little bit that I didn't read a recap. So if you are thinking about reading this book and it's been a while since you read The Will of the Many, I do recommend reading that. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can all hear, but it is so windy outside right now. Hopefully it's not too disruptive, but yeah, it is rattling. Okay, perusing. Adorned with. I did not make this sweater, but it is beautiful. This is a sweater that belonged to my mother, and I have poached it. I have taken it, not poached it. I have borrowed without any intention to return it from her closet. It is from Outback Red, which was, I believe, an offshoot of the Limited in like the 80s or 90s. And I have found this sweater on Depop and Poshmark. So look at Outback Red, like whatever. They had a bunch of different knitted sweaters, and this one is so beautiful. It really looks like a hand knit to me. And it's so cozy. So yeah, and then I'm wondering, I don't think I can stand up really, but maybe I'm on the couch. Okay, I am wearing my new favorite pants, which are the baggy jeans from Uniqlo. I'm obsessed with them, you guys. They're the best jeans. They're so comfy. They're 100% cotton, which I love. So yeah, I'm wearing like my ultimate cozy outfit today. This is like my favorite thing. That's one thing I've been wanting to share more of. I love vintage fashion and thrifting. And so yeah, this is my vintage sweater from my mom that I love. So yeah, Outback Red, search it on Depop, Poshmark. Oh, or even better, search for it on the Gem app. It's an app that you can search like anything, and it gathers all of the sort of like seller websites on the internet in one place. So I really want a vintage Future Farmers of America jacket, FFA jacket, from the county that I grew up in. So I have like an alert set. So I searched for it, and it'll show you everything from like eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, like all of the different sites that sort of like are more popular out there, and it gathers them all together. I think even First Dibs. And you search it, and then you can set email alerts, and like every time a new thing is posted in your sort of like search criteria, it will send it to you via email, and it's the best. So if you're on the hunt for something, Gem app, Outback Red sweater. Okay, I've had lots of tangents this episode. It's gonna be long. Okay, that's what I'm adorned with. Oh, and Uniqlo baggy jeans, love. Okay, making. Where to even begin? I feel like I did finish an object. Okay, pause this. Okay, I had to go grab something, so hopefully it was 0 time for you, but it was like 2 minutes for me. But making. Okay, I have a finished object this week. I knew I did, I just had to go and get it. But my finished object for this week are my DRK everyday socks. So I finished my first pair of socks for 2026. I had said that it was my goal to knit 12 pairs of socks this year. I don't think that's gonna happen given the rate I'm knitting at, unless I invest in a circular sock machine or something. But I do think I could knit like 12 individual socks this year. So maybe that'll be my amended goal. But yeah, so very exciting. I love how these turned out. I think they're so pretty. They're not quite perfectly matching, but they're like very much a pair. So that's really exciting. And they look a lot more normal than they did thanks to blocking. So yeah, these are the DRK Everyday Socks by Andrea Mowry. I knit them in Peyton's Croy Socks FX in the color Clover Colors. I used like 1.5 balls to knit these 2 socks. I can tell you, I used approximately 279 yards of yarn, and this is a fingering weight sock yarn. But yeah, so fun how they turned out. I've already worn them twice. They're so warm, they fit my feet so well. I love this Flegel heel. I think it's so great. I think it fits really well. I have super high arches, and so these seem to hug them really well. So yay, first pair of socks done. I don't think there's anything else to say about these, but if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment below and I will respond. Okay, second, I have some longer standing projects that I want to show you. The first is my lovely ribbed scarf, which is a pattern by Purl Soho. I am knitting this out of Wool Centrum's 2-ply sport weight wool. It's 100% Swedish wool, in the colorway, you probably cannot see, dark brown. This is what it looks like in the ball. It's a super rusticy brown yarn, beautiful. And this is my scarf. So I knit my way through my first like half skein, and I am starting on my second full skein. That is all of the yarn I have of this yarn. So I'm slightly worried this is gonna be like a short scarf. I mean, I still have this much left, which is quite a bit. So I could have like a long-ish scarf, I'm hoping. If not, my thought is I may pick up stitches at the bottom and knit like a color block, and then do another color block at the other end, or just do a color block at the other end, do sort of like a funky mismatch situation. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna see how it comes out, and just see where I get to, because yeah, and it may stretch a lot with blocking. But yeah, it's nothing that exciting. It's just a 2x2 rib scarf. But yeah, I was really inspired by Marlene of Marlene Knits for this one. She actually just knit another one. She's so fast. I am like not flying through this at the same rate. This stitch marker marks where I was after the last episode, so I've knit like almost double what I had. So that's great. So yeah, and my little progress keeper is from when I was a member of the Madison Knitters Guild. They had like a winter thing every year. It's a little sheep that's shopping, so really cute. So yeah, that is my lovely ribbed scarf. Moving along, moving and grooving. And hopefully I am going away this weekend for a long weekend, and I'm hoping I get a lot done, but we'll see. Okay, and then my second long-standing project to show you is my Shifting Moods scarf. This is a pattern by Anna Husemann, and she designed this pattern to go with a yarn kit from A Verb for Keeping Warm. It was their winter solstice knitting experience. So it was a knitting like kit that you got with little packages to open every day from December 15th to the winter solstice on the 21st. So this has been in progress for quite a while. I am so ready to be done with it. So this week I really powered through. I find this project, well, let me just show it to you because I'm seeing the back of it. It looks so cool. It's like so worth it, even though it kind of has been really annoying and hard. Well, not annoying, it's just hard to knit. I've never knit, okay, well, we'll talk about that in a second. But it goes from this like green blobs to like a sort of green blue, and this is all done with 3 different mohairs and a DK yarn. So you use A Verb for Keeping Warm's House Yarns. This is the main color, and it is their bread and butter line of yarn in their pretzel base in the color, this is probably all upside down and backwards, porcini. You cannot see that, porcini, like the mushroom. And then you get 3 skeins of mohair, and then you just do 1 strand of each to do all these different colors, and it's so fun. It's such a beautiful color palette. It looks so good, and I'm really proud of how this is turning out. That said, this is my first intarsia project. It is not an easy first intarsia project. There is just a lot going on, as you can tell from the back. I also think I'm not necessarily like the best suited to, I don't know, it's just like not a project for me right now, but yeah, it does look so cool. So yeah, so it just fades from one color into the next, and now it is fading back from the red into like a yellow, and I just lost all my stitches. That's okay. So yeah, and it is done, yeah, doing intarsia with 2 strands of mohair and the main color. So yeah, it's been really fun. So yeah, fun, but requires a lot of focus and also hard. I am now nervous. I've had so many different nervous things in this project, but I've done it, which is amazing. But my next nervous thing about this project is blocking it, because it needs to be pretty intensely blocked. Just because it is really, like, as you can see from the back, it's really curling under. So it needs a pretty like strong blocking. I have blocking mats and I have like sewing pins or T-pins, but I don't have like the comb pins. So I'm trying to decide if I should order them. I don't know, we'll see. But shifting mood scarf. I can't even really show you the whole thing in one shot, but it looks so cool. I just love seeing like the colors fade into each other. So yeah, but next time this will be a finished object, and hopefully will be like blocked beautifully. I could like wear it even. So yeah, I'm excited about that, but ready to be done with it. It's been a long time. Okay, on to the next. Okay, on to the next thing. Exciting. Sorry, I did not have these in an order before I started this. I'm just kind of winging it. I have my sailor slippers. This is a pattern by Germain. It went like viral. I think just before the holidays, I knit a pair for my sister, which I gifted to her for Christmas. They turned out so great. And my partner has been wanting some felted wool slippers, and he was about to buy some. And I was like, wait, I can make you some. And his birthday just occurred not that long ago. And so I was like, I will make you sailor slippers. And I ordered, which I'm very excited about, some suede soles from Etsy so that he will have like soled slippers that he can wear around, because that's what he would like to have. So I have knit 1 1/3 of these sailor slippers. They're huge. Look how big they are. So funny. It looks so big. So this is like for a men's size. So I've seamed part of one of them, not the other half. I just have it like pinned a little bit. But I ran out of yarn. So I'm ordering more yarn. I am using, let's see if I have labels. This is a true test. I have that label. Not helpful. I do have labels. I am using Lamb's Pride Bulky in the colorway Aztec Turquoise for the turquoise color, and then the gray color, really cool, and we'll see how this goes. It's a slightly different gauge, so I'm slightly worried. The gray color is this amazing, you can see the price tag is $1.99, what a steal. Northland from Mary Maxim new wool, 100% new wool in the color 005. And that is this gray yarn. So I inherited both of these yarns from one of my mom's friends. She gifted it to me to make sailor slippers over the holidays, because I was like, oh, I want to make a bunch of these. Do you have yarn? And she had a bunch. You can kind of see they are slightly different gauges and they are slightly different yarns. So we will see how these felt. I'm a little nervous. I did use 2 different yarns in my sister's and they were fine. They were very similar. So yeah, I have my fingers crossed. We'll see. One of them might felt faster than the other, but I'll just keep an eye on them. We have a top loading washer, so it should be pretty easy to like just check in. So yeah, so this is my first one, still needs some seaming down. And then this is my second one, and I ran out of my Aztec Turquoise, but luckily that's a yarn that's still being made. So yeah, I'm in the middle of a row, so not a very good display, but I'm about halfway done with the other one. And this is all of the gray that I have left, so I'm hoping that's enough, but we'll see. So yay, sailor slippers for my partner. And then I kind of have the bug, so I'm like, I might knit some for myself. And if the suede slipper bottoms turn out well, I'm really excited to hopefully do that for myself. I've seen a few people do that online. Okay, and then I have 2 new things that I'm hoping to cast on this weekend, because we are leaving town for some time up in the mountains, and it's been so rainy and so snowy all around California, and so I'm hoping I can just bundle up and knit my weekend away. So The first thing that I am hoping to knit and cast on is the Roomy Raglan, and let me tell you who that is by. The Roomy Raglan by, this is another pattern that's become so popular, Jules Efterfield. And this is what the pattern looks like. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. Sorry for the glare. Hopefully you can kind of see it better. It's just like an oversized raglan. It's modeled after a Baba sweater. So yeah. This is another pattern that's been so popular. It's been like on the Hot Right Now page on Ravelry, which is where I often look for patterns, for a long time. But I just want like a basic, sort of like this actually, but without all of this. I just want like a plain marled sweater. And from my mom's same friend, such a generous woman, she loves to unravel sweaters. She goes to the thrift store, she'll buy a sweater for like $5, 100% wool, knit in the round. This one actually would work for that, without seams on the side, and unravels it, and then uses the yarn. So she unraveled an old Abercrombie and Fitch sweater, which is just funny, because I think I would find that in thrift store and be like, oh, I'll just buy it and wear it. But she bought it and unraveled it, and it had this beautiful like oatmeal-y marled yarn and this beautiful like tweedy blue. So my plan is to cast on with the blue and do like one row in the blue and then switch to this. And I'll do the same thing at the cuffs and the same thing at the bind off, just to give it like a little bit of that blue. I think that'll be kind of fun and just kind of cute. And then the rest of it will be knit with this. And I have 8 skeins of varying size of this. So I'm hoping I have enough. I think it should be plenty, but yeah, it's always hard to tell from these sweaters because they're not like exact things, but it knit a men's large sweater previously. So I'm hoping that's enough for me. So yeah, so I'm hoping to cast on the Roomy Raglan by Jules Efterfield in this yarn. I do believe it's 100% wool. And yeah, it was just an unraveled sweater from the thrift store. That's also a great tip if you are on a budget. That's like a great thing. Also, I didn't show any of my bags, but this is my Baggy Go Pouch Hello Kitty set, and that's what's storing all of this. It's so big, I can like fit all of it in there. The only thing is be careful of your zippers, because you can get yarn caught in your zippers. And then the second thing is, in addition to knitting slippers for my partner, he loves hand knit socks and is a very knit worthy person. And so I had leftover of my mohair from the Shifting Moods scarf in the color Succulent. This is the Frond mohair. It's a silk mohair from A Verb for Keeping Warm. It's their house silk mohair. It is, look at how it like glows. It's so beautiful. And he loved it. He was like, I love that color. I want socks in that color. So I'm knitting him some socks. So I went to my local yarn store, Imagine It, here in San Francisco, and I got this yarn, which not a perfect match, like slightly darker and maybe yellower, but I think like really good, like a really cool match. Little focus, yeah, so cool. And that second yarn I got is the Fiber Company's Fingering Cumbria in the colorway Buttermere. And this is the label. It is 100% wool, 90% wool, 10% mohair, and I'm using the mohair to strengthen it. Typically I like socks to have a little bit of nylon just for like the sake of protection. And because like my partner wears his socks really hard, he's like I don't know, he wears them out and he really like felts them. But I think it'll be fine in this case, and actually I think the mohair will do a good job of like helping with that, making them stronger. So we'll see, it's a test. We'll see how the socks turn out. But and I'm just going to be knitting like a vanilla sock. He wants the socks to have a rolled cuff, so no ribbing at the top, which we'll see. I'm gonna experiment with that. I think I'll just end up using a smaller needle at the top to kind of make it tighter, and then I'll do a really kind of stretchy bind off, or a fairly loose bind off. So we'll see. I'm gonna see what I can find on Ravelry as far as like project notes and things, but I'll start casting them on, just toe up vanilla socks, and we'll go from there. So should be good. And yeah, phew, what a marathon. That was a lot. In the last 2 weeks, I have also gotten more stickers for my sticky subscription, and I also got a folio to keep them in so that I have all of my pages, which is so cute and fun. So I do want to give a tour of that, but I think I will save that for next week. So if you're interested in that, or like interested in my journaling and sort of journal lineup, stay tuned, subscribe, and I will share it next time. But yeah, I am gonna get to editing this video so that I can get it up before we hit the road. But yeah, I hope you are all well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves and taking care of those around you, whomever they may be. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. This is a longer sort of moment than I usually take, so I really appreciate it if you've made it to the end here. And yeah, I hope you'll stick around, whether that's like liking, subscribing, just checking in from time to time. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm sort of just doing this to be brave and share what I'm making and to contribute to a community that I just find to be so special. So I really appreciate it if you're here and spending a little bit of time with me. And yeah, I'm sending you all the biggest hug. I hope, yeah, stay well, stay safe, and I hope you're sending big hugs back and sending them to those around you. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.